He done fucked up, so it's like
Well,
that. It's like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I fucking hate it, but whatever. It's like, I respect you. You're going along with the flow because you have to, not because it's something that you believe in.
Right.
I respect the hustle,
Oh, I do too.
But if you openly declare some shit, that's when it's like, oh, I hope you made some peace with that decision.
Cool.
Alright, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Bel-E Scratch podcast. I am your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, we're currently surviving snow-mageddon 2022.
Snow-mageddon 2022.
We are live on the onset of snow-mageddon 2022.
Buried.
Yeah, buried.
Yeah.
Figurative and literally buried. I am also blind from snow blindness, and I wish I brought my sunglasses with me. Fuck.
Definitely a lot of reflective surfaces outside.
It hurts my eyes.
Oh, man, it's brutal.
Yeah, I try to let the dogs out, and then all of a sudden, I can't see.
That's right. Blind to let the dogs out.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This is like the one weather climate that I have no issues keeping up with my dog.
That's for damn sure.
My all black dog.
Affirmative.
Because my dog is so black.
Oh, man.
That he looks like a shadow in the daytime. He like goes under a tree. You can't see him.
Can't see him.
He absorbs the light. He's not shiny black. He's pitch black.
He's antimatter.
Yes. And at night, just fucking no.
Yeah,
no. The answer is no.
Know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's antimatter.
Yeah, he's antimatter. If he's out at night, just give it up. Just keep calling him back. He'll eventually show up.
You could fight him if you could see him.
Yeah, but you can't.
But you can't.
You just see these two reflective pinholes that make you look like the devil's looking up at you. But no, it's a dog. Snow? Yeah, I can find him. I can track him.
Fangs of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he would not be stealthy today.
I do appreciate him.
Probably having a blast out there, too.
Oh, yeah. He's a snow puppy.
Yeah. They get to romp around in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like exposing the undercarriage or anything. But,
of course not.
That's just the way it is.
Ain't nobody like snow on their taint, all right? No. That's not a thing. If it is a thing, I don't know that person.
Yeah.
I appreciate that dog because he keeps all the solicitors away.
No snow on your taint.
No. All right. Anyway.
Cool.
So we're
we're just trying to be normal human beings in the middle of Snow-mageddon 2022.
Yeah.
We have lives and stuff and things we need to do.
Yeah.
And schedules.
Considering this is not talk trash about my situation. This just happens where I got somebody, in terms of my personal training career, I got somebody who's like on contract hold for personal reasons on their end. And about every other client I've had, and a couple of people who wanted to come in for consultations, they all got the fucking beer flu. So up until Saturday...
Beer flu and snow.
Yeah, beer flu and snow. So I can't exactly go anywhere this week, and it's like, I want to make money. I'm not a slacker. I'm not a slacker, but I refuse to work retail anymore.
That's why you were in here in this comfortable room, with this comfortable chair,
And all my pastel shits in the corner.
Paying your dues,
Hey, that's fine.
Rule the planet, rule the galaxy.
Rule the galaxy.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Did you hear what he was saying this past week?
Yeah, what more
Saint Joe.
Yeah, more people listen to Joe Rogan than they do the mainstream news
Combined.
It's like
It was like
okay. Here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. I want you to think about this for a second.
Good grief.
Here's the thing. Joe Rogan's podcast essentially boils down to about 6 or 8 different catchphrases that get rotated every in the 4 hours or so he does his podcast.
Really?
Give or take.
That thin.
Give or take.
Cardboard thin.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's cardboard thin. I respect him. I've listened to some of his podcasts. The Alex Jones podcasts are a religious experience, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
His workout videos alone would get more views than it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just like, wow.
Like, I don't even like Alex Jones, but what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I'd pay a pay for a seat and a beer to watch him work out.
Exactly. Man. So I'm not saying he's like the end-all be-all.
No.
And he knows that he's not.
Oh, he knows it. That's what's so effing cool about it.
Yeah, he knows he's just some fucking pothead out in California. I'm assuming he's out in California.
He's doing my old,
what, your old radio shtick?
No, the old Dr. Phil thing.
Yeah.
Where he's looking at his checkbook.
Yeah.
And then he's looking at his significant other going, I don't know, honey.
I just say stuff.
I just tell people. I just tell people what's actually taking place.
Yeah. That's why I love personal training. I tell people what to do. I tell them what's taking place.
Yeah.
I love that shit. So, but here's the thing. I want you to think about it. He's just some pothead out in California who just so happens to have a very successful podcast, who also is like an announcer for MMA or UFC or whoever. I'm sure he still does that. Oh, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
I don't know why he wouldn't.
And the fact that he gets more attention than the mainstream news, all of them, not just Fox, not just MSNBC, not just ABC or UFC or DMT, not just whatever.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, not
yo.
Yeah, yo. Everybody. Everybody. He's probably soon about to eclipse the BBC in due time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Give it a couple months to a year. They're one of the biggest headlines is Joe Rogan finally eclipsed the BBC. Then you know we're fucked.
Yeah.
So the fact that he managed to eclipse the mainstream media, it says two things, possibly both at the same time. He's a really good podcaster.
Whatever that is.
Whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. I think we're pretty good.
I'm better than at least half.
We're better at least half because we got started.
Nah.
So, and two, the mainstream news done fucked themselves if some
they really
pothead out in California can outpace them. Does that make that put? I want to put it into perspective.
Who has a dysfunctional barber?
Exactly.
Okay.
He's a fucking pothead.
With a bad haircut.
Yeah. He's a pothead with a bad haircut. He does shrooms. He does the DMT.
Take that, Joe.
This dude probably one time got so high he talked to Jesus Christ, possibly. He probably got so high, accidentally went to the ethereal plane, stumbled into a board meeting, and then moonwalked his ass out because he went into the wrong room and he came back and told us all about it or some shit. And that dude has a more successful podcast with more listeners than a billion-dollar collective conglomerate that is the mainstream.
No,
does that?
Don't build it up that high. He's that far. He's gotten so high that he's knocked over a lamp, and he's outpacing you clowns.
Yeah.
Don't put a cape on Superman, yo.
No, I'm not trying to put a cape on Superman. I'm just trying to put it in perspective.
No, I think it's brutal. They did it to themselves.
Yeah, it's also the same thing with Yeah, that's all right. It's also the same thing with when the panorama first started up 2 years ago in March.
Yeah.
And all the celebrities, because all the movies and TV show sets were getting shut down, and everybody's quarantining and self-quarantining and shit.
Yeah.
And you remember the slew of all this stuff coming from celebrities? They're just trying to make videos at home, trying to be entertainers without someone having a teleprompter in front of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing that shit. Yeah.
Less production.
Yeah, less production.
More theatrical based.
Yeah. And it was just flop after flop. They all got on a Zoom call and tried to sing "We Can Only Imagine" by John Lennon. And Joe Rogan roasted them because they basically, all their quote unquote viewership,
right,
these were A and B list celebrities and musicians, and they were all being outpaced by YouTubers. It's the same thing.
Well, I think it's wonderful.
I do too. There's no veil anymore. There's no barrier anymore, or they're trying to maintain it.
Right.
Yeah, there is no golden shroud that surrounds the Hollywood and movie and TV industry anymore.
Rogan believes in putting the time in. That it's whether it's pretty or whether it's ugly, this is what it is.
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 And people are crying out for that. They're tired of seeing something and being told it means something else.
Yeah. It's called gaslighting.
It's a lot of gaslighting going on. And I think Rogan being you can't be a comedian and you cannot be a successful comedian to reach the level that he's reached without the podcast, he's think about it. Some guy's going to travel around the country and you're going to pay money to go hear him talk.
Yeah.
How lame is that?
Sure.
No, he has that type of following. So he has that type of ability.
Indeed.
And that's the lowest rung for him, but it's a very high rung for people who are in that industry.
Of course.
So that's where he starts. So he's definitely a student of the language. And no matter how much of a meathead
he technically is meathead.
He technically is me, and
he's
sure
a smart meathead. I'll give it to him.
Extremely calculated. Well, I don't know. I don't really think he's too calculating. He might be now, but he definitely wasn't in his early career, and he knows it.
I would say strategic.
He just worked.
Oh, of course. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Every nail's not going to go in straight. You just keep swinging.
Yeah, you just keep swinging.
And he's definitely succeeded in that.
Yeah, whether or not you like him, you can't help but go oh shit. You know what I mean?
Well, there's something to be said for that type of tenacity and perseverance.
Indeed.
Just keep slugging, keep swinging.
That's all we can really do.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
But I think it's really interesting because he's got his head on straight. He has existed very deeply when he talks about people talking to him about bees being held captive by the white man to make honey. Man, I'm telling you something. I just want to roll into the floor.
That made me laugh so hard I about pissed myself.
I met people not quite that hardcore, but leaning in that direction.
Yeah, of they're so vegan they don't use honey.
Yeah.
And he was just talking about how you just use smoke and knock the bees out and you take their honey. They don't even get mad. They just make more. Now, of course, you can't take too much where it kills them, but hey, guess what? It's called being smart and punctual.
Well, that's the...
And plus, that's where the whole, it wasn't like the bee was on his way to bee stunt driving school and he got kidnapped and forced to work in the white man's honey factory. Yeah, that was the joke. And it's
There's a lot of wisdom in that comment.
Yes, there is a lot of wisdom in that joke.
Oh man! So what's the thing that makes it funny is the opposite that makes it scary. Is that somebody could reach that conclusion and hold on to it so passionately.
That they actually think that those bees were kidnapped by the white man to work in his honey factory.
Right. They don't think it's a shtick. They don't think it's just like both.
They think it's faux show.
They think it's faux show.
Are we talking about the same people who are
I don't know
akin
what to say about people. I'm telling you, I grew up.
No, I'm just saying, like, that documentary about that bear dude, him and his girlfriend goes out into, like, bumfuck Alaska and gets eaten by a bear.
I mean, he thinks he's in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon for crying out loud. He does.
Yeah,
I defy anybody to tell me that statement is not partially accurate.
That is...
Really?
Yeah, that is exactly who that joke was aimed at.
I mean, what was the name of the ranger with Yogi Bear? I mean,
I don't fucking know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Now, Yogi. That's the way he was interacting with these bears. Okay? Don't tell me my worldview's messed up. Come on. Creating this type of nonsense. Really? Okay.
Yeah, really.
It can't, well, see, that's the, I guess that's the whole thing about when you're the foundation of the way you look at the world doesn't coincide with that in any way, shape, or form. There's always a part of you that gives you peace because you know that it can't go to that.
Exactly.
And if it does, it won't stay there.
No.
Okay. You might disagree with my side of the fence, but people are going to stay on my side of the fence as long as they're going to stay on your side of the fence.
Indeed.
Okay.
Shit.
You take that any way you want to. But yeah, no, I know it's like, these people have jobs and educations, raising kids.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
making decisions.
The manager I used to work.
Education system.
Yeah, the manager I used to work for talking about the only way to fix the human population is to sacrifice the unworthy like the Mayans did. Yeah, that person. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it was something like that. It was, I don't know.
I was like, how do you even entertain someone?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm paraphrasing. This, of course, was pre-Panini, of course, when a lot of that, we should call the human race shit kind of died out very quickly.
This is why you have to be careful about the words that come out of your mouth.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't surprise me that people that have been spouting that type of rhetoric have had this plague show up at their front doorstep.
Uh-huh. And then they realize, oh shit, I don't want this at all.
I don't want this at all.
But nope. Nobody. You done fucked up.
You gotta watch there's power to words.
Yes, there is power to words.
Especially when you repeat them over and over and over and over. So you better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't mean to be glib about it because I know it.
No.
But hey, you first.
Yeah, you first.
You first.
Yeah, it's always folks who they talk about these really crazy or not. Sometimes it's not crazy. Sometimes it's Now I don't want to get into a huge argument. The whole calling the human race or even kind of a popular subject. Somewhere in my generation and probably the one before it is the whole we need to make moves towards absolute socialism or something like that. Basically, just very pro-socialism.
Right.
But my thing is, here's the thing. I've seen that shit up close. I've gone overseas. I've seen that up close. I've read books about it.
Right.
Child 47 or Child 46, whatever the fuck, and the death of Stalin. Now,
which was a riot,
which was a riot. The death of Stalin is fucked up, but it is fun.
They added humor and campiness to it, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
The events, they comedied it up.
Yeah, because if they played the whole movie straight, they wouldn't fucking show it to the public.
Would get no interest.
It would get no interest because it's just it would be just a dreary, miserable misery for the sake of misery, and it's even worse because it actually happened historically.
Yeah.
But the fact that they made it a black comedy is what saved it.
Oh, absolutely.
If they did not make it a black comedy, no one would give a fuck about it.
No.
It was even though it's a black comedy, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it.
That's where black comedy comes from.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't believe it. It's to soften the blow, but it's still a blow.
Still a blow.
Yeah.
Right.
So, because here's the thing, I've studied to an extent, of course, not enough to give a dissertation on socialism or communism or what have you, but I know enough to go. Y'all don't want that. No, you don't.
Oh, come on.
No, you don't.
Come
no,
on.
No, you don't, man. No. Or the people who advocate for it think that they'll be the exception. Does that make sense?
I don't give them that much credit.
No.
That's actually breaking it down and thinking about it.
No. Those people exist.
No. But the majority, 80% of them are just lemmings.
No, I'm not saying that percentage of lemmings isn't there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are that element of people.
No, they want to believe that.
Yeah, of course. They advocate for something like that
I just want somebody that came.
exception.
I want somebody that came, grew up, and was born and raised in that environment. I want someone, and not some person lacking an extreme amount of pigmentation living just south of the Canadian border
talking about
it. Me, that I should accept that. Who has
not lived in that style, that lifestyle.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And doesn't just because they visited it while they were on vacation.
Or whatever,
while they were on vacation.
Yeah, like the
telling
whole thing,
me how great it is.
But they haven't lived it.
But I want that person to show up that was born and raised in it to come here
and start talking
and say the same things.
Yeah.
And I haven't run into that person yet. Now, anybody that's
oddly enough,
me. I'm not trying to be argumentative.
No.
Give me somebody.
Yeah.
One person.
Oddly enough, it's usually anytime you hear someone coming from those environments, they're saying the opposite.
Saying the exact opposite.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't fucking do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Don't give your, whatever power you got as a population and as a people, hang on to it.
Yeah. So honestly, my biggest fault lies with the people who they advocate for it because they think they'll be the exception. And here's the thing: how about we make this even simpler? Like we're not talking about the culling, and we're not talking about, or well, we are technically. Okay, let's simplify this further to something more concrete and easier to talk about. Take socialism and the communism off the table. The purge. Obviously, this is pre-pandemic shit, but the people who were talking about we have to have the purge because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. My two primary critiques to that whole we must have a real-life purge argument, and that did exist.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
It probably still does, but definitely less.
Pop culture nerds that think they're intelligent, throwing that stuff out over the table. And then some people are just making discussion.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, let's talk about, what do you think about that? Now, that's cool. I respect that.
There's difference between advocating for it and versus discussing it. We are discussing it.
Yeah, we're just discussing.
So here's the thing. The purge in concept is 24 or like 8 or 18 hours. Fuck it. 12 hours.
12 hours.
12 hours of just whatever the fuck you want. There is no cops. There's no police. No cops. No fire. No ambulances. Hospitals are closed. Nothing.
Yeah, like the Big Apple on a Tuesday.
Yeah, more like Chicago on a Friday.
Yeah.
So, 12 hours, just total anarchy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can shoot somebody. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Steal some shit. Okay. But whatever. Now, here's the thing. All these movies, they always default. One of my two critiques of that is, number one, the movies show that most people just do the wanton slaughtering, which I'm not saying that wouldn't happen in real life. It would.
Right.
Undoubtedly.
Right.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I think in real life, this current timeline we're on, whatever that means.
Right.
I think there would be, instead of wanton murder, it would be a lot more theft.
Oh, yeah.
So much theft.
Yeah.
Like, of course people are going to kill each other, but there's going to be a lot more looting and theft.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's not even.
Yeah. If I'm going out and purging anybody, it's going to be the security guard between me and a Mercedes G500.
I'm walking into the bank. I don't know what the fuck you doing. Yeah,
You said we could kill people tonight, right?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go rob a bank.
He said I could have it before I kill him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what the fuck are you people doing? Go rob a bank, clear your debts, because you got 12 hours to pull this off. I wanted to see the people who were making. That
would be an interesting concept.
Yeah, I wanted.
Technically, isn't that what the Grinch did?
Well, I mean,
steal everybody's shit for 12 hours.
It's technically true, but he felt justified in doing so, and for different reasons. But
ends justifies the means.
I want a Purge Ocean's 11's movie. That's what I want. Like, fuck all this home invasion shit. Fuck all this transportation from one state to the next.
Easy trigger.
Sorry. I want an Ocean's 11 version of The Purge, where these people...
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, these people basically... You can have the hacking and slashing because they're...
It's not my style.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Take your watch? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take the watch off the person you just...
Yeah. You just gutted? Yeah, exactly.
That's my watch, man.
So
hey.
And the second thing I had an issue... The second thing I have an issue with The Purge is that the people who advocate for it think they won't die immediately in the first 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's always the people who, you know...
People that think they're safe.
They think they're safe, or they think they're a badass.
Yeah. Yeah, or a badass.
Man. Like, it's the... I remember... Oh, my God. I remember... hearing this story on the internet.
Yeah.
This real-life horror story to an extent.
Yeah.
This dude was on, like, a VR chat. I wasn't there. I just saw a video on YouTube. He was talking about how he's a bounty hunter in real life. This dude telling the story on VR chat.
Yeah.
And apparently, I don't know how universal this is, but I'm pretty sure this is true, at least in our area. Bounty hunters don't need a warrant to get in your house to come after you.
No.
No, they don't, because they're not cops.
It's different. I mean, you have to have, once a certain...
Because they're going after bail hoppers.
Once a certain piece of paper lands in your hands, they can kick your door in and drag you out kicking and screaming. Mm-hmm. And kick your ass if you try to stop them.
Exactly. So the way this story goes is, this guy, he got some dude's file slid across his desk. Supposed to be at court at this time, never showed up. People have called him, doesn't go to the door, yada yada yada. So he's going to go to collect. So as you do as a bounty hunter.
Sure.
So he goes up to the door, and the long and short of it is that he had to harangle a neckbeard.
Yeah.
Who basically said, cops, you need a warrant. And the dude's like, I'm a bounty hunter, I don't need a warrant.
I don't need a warrant.
And the dude and the bounty hunter guy, he basically gets into the house. The neckbeard runs upstairs screaming, I must defend my home. And comes back downstairs. He's got a fucking katana in his hand.
All right.
Because he's a neckbeard.
And one of them old school ninjas.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
Ninja, please.
And the bounty hunter dude.
Right.
He pulls out his gun.
All right.
And aims it at him. And the dude, the neckbeard, he fusses, starts screaming, drops the sword, runs back up to his cave. His lair. And of course, as soon as the bounty hunter opens the front door to his lair, he gets hit by basically civilian mustard gas of this dude's BO and whatever the fuck else was in his room.
Yeah.
And he didn't even bother going into the room after this dude. He just straight up tased him and drug him out.
There you go.
And that right there, I'm just like, these people live in a fantasy. Because on the one hand, you think you're safe because you're in your house. You know, you need a warrant to get in the house. This dude doesn't need a warrant. No. You try to defend your home and property with a fucking sword.
Yeah, you're lucky he didn't kill you.
You're lucky he didn't kill you. And as soon as he pointed a gun at your face, then reality kicked in. You are no longer safe. You're not a badass. All you do is shit your pants and run, and you get tased for it.
Yeah. Kids, I can tell you from personal experience, there's always somebody tougher. So keep your hands in your pockets and shut the fuck up. I've been there. Woo!
Yeah.
I'm the baddest man on the planet. Bang. I don't think I'm the baddest man on the planet.
No. This is why I don't fuck with people.
Yeah.
I act like it, but I'm not a jerk about it. I don't threaten to beat up anybody.
Better keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't threaten
to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I don't threaten to beat the hell out of somebody no more. I mean, I want to, but I'm not going to.
It's a request to the universe. You don't want following you around.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, you don't.
I might say things like, you know, hit him with a bat, or hit him with a frying pan, or hit him with my car, or whatever. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between saying, I'm going to kick your ass versus, I'm about to beat you with a bat. The difference is, I have a weapon.
Right.
You know.
Probable cause.
Probable cause.
Yeah. So, hey.
Yeah, it's like when I was walking through I was walking through the big city holding my trench knife in my hand as I was going back to my car.
Be smart.
Yeah, did I need that? No. Probably not. Did I know that neighborhood? Ha, no. No. I'm not walking 10 blocks through a city that I don't know back to my car by myself.
Empty-handed.
Empty-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kiss my ass.
Be smart.
Yep. I tried. So.
No, you did it. Cool.
Whew.
Snow-mageddon.
Snow-mageddon.
Man, yesterday was a whooping.
Yeah. It was like snowing, and then it started raining, it started sleeting, and then snowing again. Now it's just sunny, and I can't fucking see.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's worse. And I don't know what's worse, the ice and the sleet, or the fact I can't see. I haven't decided yet. And I'm starting to wonder if we're going to be snowed in at least till Wednesday.
I
don't know. I haven't seen any of them snow trucks around here.
No.
I think they left us to fend for ourselves.
I think the road's starting to look a little bit better.
And
it's going to be rough in the morning because the sun, until the sun gets out.
Indeed.
Because it's going to be a sheet of ice.
Yes.
So we get down in the teens this tonight.
Yeah, and tomorrow I gotta run to the bank, and hopefully they're open. I gotta run to the bank.
I'd call them first.
I probably will call them first. Gotta run to the bank, deposit my paycheck.
Website, whatever.
Yeah, deposit my paycheck, which I did ask, and she did do it correctly.
All right, cool.
I don't know where the extra bits of money came from, but you know what? I'm not going to ask that type of question. If she says she did it correctly, I believe my boss.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, anyway, and then I gotta go to the DMV to get the registration for my car because it's been about 3 weeks and I don't think they're gonna send it to me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Should be here by now.
It should be here by now.
Should be.
And I'm gonna try to aim for tomorrow, and if not, Thursday, because the DMV is the most busiest on a Monday and a Friday because they do not open on the weekend.
Nope.
At least around here. I don't know about anywhere else. I don't know.
Oh, they're federal employees. No, they ain't open on the weekend.
Hey, look.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just saying, like, maybe places that are bigger and busier, like New York, those shits don't fucking close. But I don't know. I'm not from New York. I don't live there. I don't want to live there.
I don't want no part of it. No.
I don't want no part of New York.
That's why they're all moving down here. Anyway. So, yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm okay with New Yorkers.
Yeah.
They're mean, but we know how they operate.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I hate the Californians coming in. People on the West Coast hate the Californians coming in.
They usually, they don't quite move here, although
they get close.
They get close.
Yeah, someone asked me, like, with all the stuff happening in Texas, with all the laws getting put in and or
Whatever.
repeal or whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I've been asked by my more left-sided friends if I would ever move out to Texas, and it's like, well, I can get a mansion for about a fourth of the price it would back in California, which is what I was used to.
Right.
You know, out in California, what I'm used to seeing is like, you know, you pay $1 million, you get like 1/2 acre of land or something like that.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't buy you much.
Does not buy you much. You pay $1 million for a house and property out in Texas, you basically own the county to an extent. Maybe half the county, I don't know.
Those places exist.
Yeah, those places exist. I want to go there because I just want my plot of land where I can just tell everybody to fuck off, so I can just grow basil and shit. You know, have
Basil.
plants.
Basil, yeah.
Yeah, basil, yo. And they're all looking at me weird because of all the law stuff and, like, it's hot, it's a desert, and I'm like...
Go move there then.
Yeah, don't fucking move there then! Don't look at me! With the housing stuff the way it is, about to fucking collapse on
Well,
itself.
I don't know about the housing. I know that
Something has to break.
the market's going to roll over and it's going to be...
Yeah. Something has to happen.
Right.
I don't know what, but something has to happen, because, well, the Dow looks a little skinny.
It's a little overextended.
Mm-hmm. It's a little skinny. My prediction is it will happen on the 22nd of February.
Really?
2-2, 2-2 to 2-2.
2-2. 2-2.
And
2-2.
honestly, the only reason I have any inclination that it will happen on February 22nd, 2022 is because it's all twos.
So it looks good on a t-shirt?
Yeah, it looks good on a t-shirt. Market crash on 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2.
E2.
I don't know. And if it turns out I'm right, then I am a genius. I am Nostradamus. Bow before me. So there's that. But you know what? But here's the thing. Here's something that we've learned. We're no longer scared of a big pop, of a big rollover.
Right.
Because all we have to do is pull our shit out of the market, whatever market it may be.
Right.
Crypto, stock, actual currency, which is kind of a weird way of putting it. Forex, let's say Forex, because currency's...
Yeah, Forex.
Currency's fucking bullshit. Anyway, it's all bullshit, but we're, you know, we know it's all bullshit, but we know the words too. So, we're just smart enough to pull our shit out and wait.
Learned enough.
We've learned enough to pull our shit out and wait. Wait for it to hit the bottom, or just about the bottom.
Right.
And then get back in.
And then get back in.
Yeah, and then get back in.
We can see that now.
Indeed. So...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that is pretty
That's
cool.
what the thing that used to drive me crazy. Basically what happened was I was alive and well in 2008. And we were going into the election year. And it was... George Bush Jr. had been in the office for 2 terms, and
He was on his way out.
he was on his way out. So the market started to pop around September.
Yeah, give or take.
September, October, November. It really, really pounded on in October.
Indeed.
And I didn't know anything about it.
Sure.
I didn't know anything about it. And so I got to listen to the next 4 years after the administration in the White House changed, point fingers at the previous administration about they caused this, they did this, and
Yada yada yada.
which, you know, hey,
That happens.
that's politics.
That's politics. It always happens.
So when
you blame the guy that just left.
So
Because what the fuck is he going to do?
basically, what they did was, what happened in 2008? They blamed it on the banks. They got to the point where they blamed it on the banks, but really it was something that.
I mean, they technically weren't wrong.
No, they weren't wrong. There's legislation that was signed into.
What, it make it like stupid easy to get like a lease or a loan
Well,
from the banks?
here's what happened.
Okay. What happened?
There's something called derivatives.
Okay.
All right. Now, basically, say I believe Bitcoin is going to go up, so I bet my money on Bitcoin and I buy.
Sure.
Okay. I then can turn around under certain companies and get what's called a derivative, which this is an extreme oversimplification. It's some kind of, when they start talking about credit swaps, that's when that language gets murky, and people are trying to.
They do that shit on purpose.
They're trying to cover exactly what they're doing. But basically, a derivative was buying an insurance policy on your bet, on your buy. So there was no way for you to lose money.
So basically, what they had tried to do is say you bought Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You think it's going to go up.
Right.
And then you buy a derivative, aka the insurance policy on that buy.
Right.
So if Bitcoin goes up, you make money. The derivative just kind of exists.
You pay a small fee.
Yeah.
For your derivative, your insurance policy.
But if Bitcoin goes down, like goes to the roof, you lost the buy money, but you get that derivative insurance. So it's kind of like life insurance, where you sign your life insurance and then the person dies and you inherit all that. It's like, yeah, you lost your Uncle Freddie, but you are now a millionaire kind of deal.
So
how does that factor into 2008?
Well, when you got nothing to lose, you start making big reckless bets.
Oh. So basically,
they began.
So basically, Wall Street essentially bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah,
more than they could cover.
Pretty much what they did. Yeah.
Huh.
They were backing very dangerous, very high volatile, very bubble-esque currencies, stocks, situations, whatever.
Bit off more than they could chew.
And what got under my skin was listening to all the people whose job it was to know whether or not this sort of thing was going on. They basically said, we didn't know it was going on and we didn't see it coming.
But it's their job.
But it's their job. And I didn't believe that.
No, of course not.
But the people that were questioning them, it's like trying to talk to your IT department. They know so much more about it than you do. They could feed you a line of bullshit because you don't understand anything about it.
Indeed.
So basically, what happened was they got all the financial people up in front, and they said what they said, and the politicians did what they did, and pretty much nothing got accomplished.
No.
Of assigning blame, extracting any kind of discipline or punishment.
Sure.
So I wanted to know. I want to know whose fault it was.
No, I get it. In terms of whose fault it was, I want to say it's a collective issue.
It is a collective issue.
Because again, if the system in place says you have nothing to lose,
maybe whose fault it was. Maybe that's not a great way to put it. Maybe try to figure out when it started.
That's actually a better question. I would say,
if you can't,
how did that derivative
if I can't
come
hold
to
you
existence?
responsible for what happened, let me study and find out when it started.
Yeah, exactly.
And the initial pop happened in 1999.
The .com, or is that later?
No, you could see the market starting to roll over in 99. There was a pop. There was a much more pronounced pop in March of 2000.
So it should have happened in about 2000.
But going to war actually got. I think they used. This is just my opinion. I think part of the reason that we started that conflict was to quote unquote soften the landing of what was going to happen to the economy. Indeed. If a war machine had not been generated. I think that's possible.
Yeah, I mean,
to look at it, to appreciate that perspective. Not saying it is.
No, no. I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was right what they did, but you can't deny that as a country, North America has rarely done better economically than when there is war.
True.
Which, here's the thing. Again, here's the thing. I am not pro-war.
No.
I'm pro-military, but I'm not pro-war. There's two different things. I don't believe in just attacking some poor bitch from across the pond, but I do believe in carrying a big stick in case someone else decides they want to come across the pond and come whack me, you see.
Right.
So I'm pro-military, but I'm anti-war, and
I read all these books on the market, and I understood a lot of what they were talking about, but there was this burning idea in my head that said there has to be a set of circumstances that allow you to believe, to consider that the market's going to turn up or down.
Sure.
There has to be. So I studied a lot of stuff, and I started in 2009. I bought a book in late 2008 before we moved back to the East Coast in a used bookstore in Northern California. It was the first book on it I read. Gave me a very basic understanding of the market, which now, from what I know, it's a big part of how we filter
of course.
Possibilities. And so now, what's interesting, there's so many cryptocurrencies that are in a buying scenario, and the overall stock market, the Dow, is in a selling scenario. So I'm really curious, and to finally see what we see now, to understand what it means. Now to see what it does during these tumultuous times.
Indeed.
Which is going to be in the next 3 to 6 months. So,
indeed.
So you kind of have to get in.
Yeah, right now we're working with the hypothesis of if the overall market goes down into a bearish market, what does crypto do? Does it follow suit, or does it go into a bull?
Crypto,
like if people can't do anything with the stock market, are they just gonna this game is done, let's go to the other one?
The crypto market average is continuing to. I mean, it will bounce up,
of course,
but each week it is continuing to lose overall percentage.
Sure.
So, I'm really curious as to. I'm definitely curious what Bitcoin is going to do. Do I think people should turn Bitcoin into millennial internet gold? I don't have an opinion on that one way or the other. I don't see how they could, but also that short-sighted aspect of looking at things that way is the reason I'm not a Bitcoin millionaire to this day. Short-sightedness and not,
Don't worry about it.
No, it's all right. I don't worry about it.
Good.
I don't worry about it. That's why I don't turn my nose up to this stuff anymore. It's
I don't either.
You're going to hear it over and over again. They're going to beat you to death.
Like, here's the thing.
There's too much money in it.
There's too much money in it. Like, here's the thing. When Bitcoin, skyrocketed up to, 15, 20 grand that one time a couple years ago, and stayed up there and escalated up to, 60 grand recently, that is when, those were the moments when I went, okay, all these people talking shit about crypto, like this is some dumb shit, it's fake, it's not real. Those people can shut the hell up now.
You can shut up.
You can shut up and go away, go somewhere else.
Still holding around 30.
Exactly. About 30. I think it's 40.
It's about 42.
About 40-ish. It's somewhere
30's the bottom, I think.
Yeah, probably.
30's the new bottom.
30's the new bottom. But here's the one thing that I'm having a hard time trying to figure out if it's worth our time or no, is NFTs.
Right.
Which I still don't fully understand that. But the one thing I have, if there is one thing I can consistently keep my eye on, it's the video game industry.
Right.
And there's some, I don't know what the hell Konami is doing. Something about they're having, I don't know what Konami is doing. They're doing something like hang on, I gotta look this up because I don't want to get this wrong. Konami is doing something about NFTs, and honestly, I don't know what the problem is, nor do I know what the solution is. Let's see. It's like some sort of contest or video game where you can be awarded NFTs, or they're accepting NFTs as currency, or I don't know. I don't care what Troy Baker says. Konami. Yeah, Konami's doing something with. Okay, here it is. Konami is doing something with Castlevania, like their 35th anniversary edition, and they're having an NFT auction. I think that means something like, I don't know if people are bidding on Castlevania games with NFTs, or the NFTs just so happen to be, of Castlevania, but it's caused a huge shitstorm. And nobody likes NFTs. But I don't know what they are.
May I suggest something?
What?
Possible NFT observation.
I don't even know what they are.
Well, we need to find out.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
And here's a good reason why. All right. People that have been enriched by cryptocurrency and the digital age
Sure.
are going to become the new rich.
Yes, they are.
Now, the new rich, they are obviously going to spend money on more tangible brick and mortar things of this world. Property, paintings,
NFT,
land,
non-fungible token.
whatever that is. And these people in the digital age, they're also going to assign value to digital items. And it's like this whole metaverse thing, People with digital wealth can generate digital wealth like crypto.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a class of people, just like there's oil barons and there's royalty.
Yeah.
And there's horse people.
So they're going to be crypto barons.
They're going to be like crypto barons, yeah. Shit. Like digital crypto barons.
And then we all have to find the next hot shit thing to hopefully catch.
I'm just saying, there's the possibility of it.
Okay, from that excerpt that I read, basically NFTs is non-fungible tokens. They could have used a different word, but I don't fucking care. Basically, it's basically a digital trading card, apparently.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. I probably haven't. Here's the difference between an NFT versus like a collectible baseball card.
Right.
A baseball card is physical. It's in your hand, and it may be hologrammed. It might maybe have like a certain stamp on it.
Yeah.
Cased in laminated, hard to replicate, hard to make a fake out of it. It's real.
Right.
And it goes for real world money to people who deem it valuable. That's what collectors are for.
Right.
An NFT is digital. So it can be used as a trading card or as art, because art can be used as money laundering. The difference is people can screen capture NFTs and then crop away all the extra shit, and there you go. They stole the digital trading card.
Right.
They can go into Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever program they want, zhuzh it up real nice, remove any watermarks, add their own. That's their NFT now. It's basically a giant an NFT is a giant exercise in the field of intellectual property. How far can we push intellectual property? Does that make sense?
Oh.
Does that make more sense?
But does each person's interpretation of it, does income flow back to the creator?
It can, because, like I said, it's like art. See this picture of a burb?
Right.
Now, the listener, you cannot see my picture of this burb, but It is a nice picture of a burb. I did it last night.
On a branch.
It's on a branch. It's a snowbird. I was slightly intoxicated.
It's very nice.
I just was like, hey, I want to do a burb. And I looked it up on the internet, changed the colors around. It's art.
Right.
If I put it on the internet is forever. People can grab images, grab videos. This is now the internet's art.
I got it.
Now, technically, if someone were to steal the picture of my burb and hoist it around as their own picture under their name and not my name,
right,
I can sue them because they stole my intellectual property, my art. This happens all the time. I don't have a problem with that. That is technically, from what I've just read, inside of 3 minutes, that is what an NFT is. A giant exercise in intellectual property. So theoretically speaking, me as an artist, I can make my own NFT.
Right.
How it would be profitable, I don't fucking know. But I can do it.
Just think if you got a cut off everything that everybody copied off your original image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some people will use NFTs as purely as a lawsuit fodder. Like, hey,
but if you create enough content and put it out there,
sure,
that's like planting seeds for trees.
Exactly. That's what we're doing with the podcast. That's why we're at 70.
Right.
So, there you go.
There you go.
That's what an NFT is, apparently.
Huh.
Now, I'm not saying this is not a hot ticket item that we need to look into because...
No, but what I'm saying is you bring your artistic... The key would be to bring your own specific artistic interpretation to the image.
Yes, I would use it as basically a way to sell art.
Right.
But, like with real life art, there's always that element of money laundering. And I think that's another reason why people are upset over NFTs. Another reason. There's many, but...
Well, it's a way to store...
Mm-hmm. It's also another way to... people pay in gold and you repay them in paper. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, people will, I don't know, say they buy something, like a video game or something tangible.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they, ask for a refund, and instead of giving them the cash money back, you give them an NFT. It's like giving them a gift card, except an NFT can't be used anywhere else.
Right.
Because its value to you is nothing. At least with a gift card, you can get other shit in the store. Not an NFT. And that's happened.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the market is being created for it.
Indeed.
Okay, every time we try, it goes back to
I'm not thumbing my nose at NFTs.
It goes back
I just don't know what it's going to do.
It's just like looking at those old infomercials going, that's the dumbest thing I ever seen. Nobody's going to buy that.
And then they buy it.
And somebody that invented pool noodles is on a beach in Mexico.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Just a fucking piece of foam.
You just have to find the market for it.
Exactly.
And the longer it's out there, the more opportunity you have
Indeed.
to find that audience that are interested in it. So yeah.
So yeah, we're not per se thumbing our nose at NFTs. We're just
I'm not
curious.
because
and
it would be different. It would be different if you had right now. Here's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You have to look. It's risk versus reward.
Correct.
Okay. What do you risk with NFTs? A couple hours trying to figure out what the hell they are and how to make one and market it.
Yeah, it's also got something to do with like blockchains or some shit.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what a blockchain is.
So when you take a look at the downside, what's the downside? Oh, a couple hours to acquaint yourself with it. What's the upside? You can pay your rent with it. See what I'm saying? You could. That's the angle, and that's the only thing that's going to give it ground.
Yeah, I mean, if all it is, I mean, obviously it's not. From what I'm still reading that article, it's saying that NFTs isn't just art; it can also be music and sound bites and shit. But
Really?
the market isn't art because that's kind of established. Just
Sure.
art market. That's kind of the thing already.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this going, if fuck, I'll give it. I'm sitting here going like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Like, I'll scan in my stuff because I'm not super great at hand drawing digital art right now.
Right.
That will come later. I don't know. I might find a place where they like propagate NFTs and just put my art out there. Because all I'm doing is just burbs.
Yeah.
And apples and shit. I don't know. If it's basically a giant art market, I want in on that.
Sure.
Might
be that's the new thing.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot.
Well, it'll be one of those things where most businesses, most things, eventually I would like for us to maybe start a hedge fund or something like that, or some type of
we still have to incorporate
some type of recommendation service, so you kind of diversify your portfolio of what you're doing. So an artist, along with showing or selling, obviously anybody that's an artist.
We could also say we're sound engineers because of the podcast.
I'm just saying. Oh yeah, I'm just saying. But you can, you can claim there is that level of art involvement.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure. Yeah. I know.
Anybody today who's going to make a living as an artist would definitely have some type of NFT
going
on.
Anyway,
I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean, if and I mean that sincerely, if NFTs is essentially just a transition from the physical art market to a digital art market, if that is the direction it's heading to, then I'm okay with it, as long as they're not used for evil.
All right.
Because again, Konami. I don't know what the fuck Konami's doing, but I know if Konami is doing it, it's not going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. There's your theme. Your
if Konami does it, don't do it.
Do not use for evil.
Do not use for evil.
That could be a catchphrase.
I don't know.
Don't use this.
No.
Don't use for evil.
No. Okay. I have to preface that.
These are so powerful. You only get my appreciation and authorization to purchase my stuff if
it is not used for evil.
It's not used for evil.
All right, I have to preface this because I've done some shady shit in order to earn a quick buck. Not extremely.
You mean not extremely shady?
Hey, I used to work at the warehouse.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Took an extra bag of potato chips. You don't know anything about shady. Anyway.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Legal reasons, this is a joke.
So, what I mean by evil as in is going to cause harm to others.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh. Spill water and I'll put a sign up? What? Get the mop!
No, what I mean is, I don't know. This is kind of a weird thing to say.
Get in line.
Basically, it's that whole Robin Hood complex where, yes, he is stealing, but he's stealing from people who have more than their fair share.
Yeah.
In order to give to people who don't.
More than they need.
More than they need, yes.
Put it that way.
Yeah, more than they need.
To people who don't have what they need.
That's also partially...
They have less than they need.
Correct. This is also partially why there's a lot of stuff around the Great Recession. You know, where people who either haven't quit their jobs or haven't gotten on the government money, they're basically...
oh, you mean the Great Resignation?
Sorry, the Great Resignation. Sorry. Did I say depression?
You said a recession.
Sorry, not the recession. Resignation.
Right.
People who either haven't quit their jobs or are not... They're basically people who are still working and they're, you know, working for a big chain. They're like, they're like having their customers underpay for the meal. Like if a cup of coffee costs $5, they're only paying $1 because fuck that coffee making company. Wink, wink. Time stealing. Stealing from the work because it's going to get replaced tomorrow anyway. Sharing company secrets now that people no longer work for places. That's a big one that's been going around lately.
All right.
Yeah, apparently Uber, like the company Uber tweeted out, what company secret can you now reveal now that you don't work for them anymore? And then all hell broke loose.
They actually have ashtrays in the back seat.
No, not about Uber, about everybody else.
Oh, really?
Basically, whoever was in charge of the Uber Twitter account threw a grenade into a room and then left, essentially.
All right.
I learned a lot of stuff. And I'm never gonna eat at Tropical Grill ever again. I didn't before. I'm not gonna do it now.
All right.
So that's kind of what I mean. I didn't have a point to begin with.
Pointless.
Indeed. Don't be evil.
Don't be evil. That's right.
There's a difference between being self-centered and being evil.
Yeah. Don't be evil.
Find the line. Straddle the line. But don't cross it.
Works for me.
Yeah. It's kind of that. Okay, that was the original point. There's a difference between self-serving versus being evil. There we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. Jesus, that's some strong stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You got anything else?
I had something that ran away.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Bring in something right on. Oh, well. It'll come back around.
It'll come back around, man. Yeah, right now, all we're doing is just trying to survive being snowed in, which I guess the upside is that, with me, unfortunately, not having an awful lot to do this week is probably for the best because of all the ice and the snow. I really don't want to have to cross through town to get to my job like 3 or 4 times a week in the snow and ice, so that was probably a good thing all that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences anymore.
Doesn't usually pan out that way.
Indeed.
But yeah, it's been okay.
It's been okay. It's been a pretty chill weekend. nothing really happened. I didn't go get crazy to concerts this past weekend.
No.
I didn't go see the Tool tribute people.
Just waiting for the snow.
I was just waiting for the snow. That's all I did this weekend.
And it came.
Yeah, I said to everybody, at the very least, we will get ice.
Yep, we did.
By the way, we need to go through that book because there is not one part of the index that says volume. And I don't know what chapter that's on, so afterwards.
Okay.
You want to do a Wheel of Death?
No.
Okay.
I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free day.
It is. It's a free day.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, folks. We're out of steam. It's a snow day.
Snow day.
Snow day, lazy day. So.
Yep.
Plus, I think we got just about everything out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I'm not. I didn't know how strong that wine was going to be. I'm just. Damn.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, that's it, folks. I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.